Close your eyes. Take one slow, gentle breath and allow the weight of the day to quietly drift away. Tonight, we are leaving behind the busy roads, the bright city lights, and every unfinished thought. Ahead of us, a quiet mountain waits, far beyond the places marked on ordinary maps. Hidden beneath ancient stone, there is a place that very few people have ever imagined. A library, where silence has been carefully protected for centuries. As the evening rain begins to fall, you find yourself walking along an old mountain path. The stones beneath your feet are smooth with age. Tiny drops of rain rest upon soft green moss. Cool mist slowly drifts between the towering pine trees. Every breath feels calm, fresh, peaceful. Somewhere in the distance, a gentle stream whispers through the valley, while golden light from the setting sun quietly touches the mountain peaks. The path becomes narrower, and with every slow step, the outside world seems farther away. Soon, you notice something unusual. Hidden beneath hanging vines and wrapped in quiet fog, an enormous stone doorway carved directly into the side of the mountain. Ancient symbols cover its weathered surface. Their meaning has long been forgotten. Yet, somehow, the place does not feel frightening. It feels as though it has been patiently waiting for someone to arrive. Perhaps, tonight, that someone is you. The ancient doorway stands quietly before you, as though it has been waiting through countless seasons for this very moment. You slowly step closer. The cool mountain air becomes softer, carrying with it the gentle scent of old stone, fresh rain, and ancient cedar wood. Your fingertips lightly touch the weathered surface of the great door. The stone feels smooth, worn gently by hundreds of years of quiet silence. Delicate carvings stretch across its surface, flowing like peaceful rivers, twisting into graceful patterns that no longer belong to any language remembered today. Yet, somehow, they feel strangely familiar, as though every symbol carries a forgotten story, waiting patiently to be remembered once again. Above the entrance, tiny drops of rain gather along the carved stone, falling one by one into the quiet earth below. Somewhere nearby, water continues to flow gently through the mountain, creating a soft melody that blends perfectly with the peaceful rhythm of your breathing. As you remain still, a warm golden light begins to appear, not from the sky, but from beneath the ancient doorway itself. It is not bright, nor dazzling, only soft, calm, and welcoming. Slowly, the enormous stone door begins to open without a sound. No sudden movement, no hidden danger, only a quiet invitation into a place where time seems to have chosen to rest. Beyond the doorway, a long passage disappears gently into the warm golden light, and with one peaceful breath, you take your very first step into the mountain. With one quiet step, you leave the familiar world behind. The ancient doorway slowly closes, not to keep anyone out, but to gently protect the silence within. Before you, a long stone passage stretches deep beneath the mountain. Its walls have been carefully carved, smooth with age, and warmed by a soft golden glow that seems to come from no single source. There are no torches, no lanterns, yet the corridor is filled with the kind of light that makes every shadow feel peaceful. You begin walking, one slow step at a time. Your footsteps are quiet, almost disappearing into the stillness around you. The air is cool, fresh, and carries the gentle scent of old cedar shelves, ancient parchment, and smooth mountain stone. From somewhere far below, you hear the soft sound of flowing water. It moves patiently through the heart of the mountain, like a quiet melody that has never stopped singing. Along the walls, beautiful carvings begin to appear. They tell no battles, no kings, and no victories. Instead, they show peaceful travelers reading beneath quiet trees, listening to gentle rain, watching stars reflected upon calm rivers. It feels as though this place was built not to escape the world, but to help every visitor remember how peaceful the world can be. The passage slowly curves downward. The golden light becomes warmer, softer, almost like the glow of an endless sunrise. Then, just ahead, the corridor begins to open. Beyond the final archway, you catch your first glimpse of something extraordinary. Endless wooden shelves, stretching farther than your eyes can follow, resting quietly deep beneath the mountain, waiting in perfect silence. The final archway slowly disappears behind you as you take another gentle step forward. Then, the mountain quietly reveals its greatest secret. Before you stretches a library unlike anything the world above has ever known. Towering bookshelves rise gracefully toward the vaulted stone ceiling, their polished wooden shelves filled with countless ancient books, resting peacefully, as though each one has been patiently waiting for centuries. Above, narrow openings in the mountain allow soft rays of golden sunlight to drift gently into the great hall. The light falls slowly through the quiet air, illuminating tiny floating particles of dust, like thousands of tiny stars suspended in perfect stillness. Between every bookshelf, small candles burn with calm, steady flames. They do not flicker, they simply glow, filling the library with a warm, comforting light. The scent of old leather, ancient paper, and polished cedar wood wraps gently around you. Somewhere in the distance, a page quietly turns by itself. Not because of magic, but because a soft mountain breeze has wandered gently through the endless shelves. Every sound here feels peaceful, every breath feels lighter than before. You slowly walk between the towering rows of books, running your hand softly across their worn bindings. Each volume carries no title, only a simple golden symbol carefully placed upon its cover. It feels as though knowledge here was never meant to be collected, but quietly experienced. Far ahead, beyond the endless shelves, you notice a gentle circular glow, as if another quiet chamber is patiently waiting to welcome your next step.
News of the disappearance spread quickly across Scotland. Newspapers called it the mystery of the Flannan Isles. Investigators carefully searched every corner of the island. They examined the lighthouse, the cliffs, the pathways, and the dangerous shoreline below. At first, the clues seemed ordinary, but together they painted a picture no one could fully explain. One heavy waterproof coat was still hanging inside the lighthouse. Experienced keepers never went outside during a storm without wearing it. Yet one man apparently had. The lighthouse logbook became another mystery. Its final entries described strange weather, powerful winds, and unusual fear among the keepers. But official weather records later revealed something surprising. On the dates mentioned in the journal, no severe storm had been recorded near the islands. Why did the keepers write about a terrifying storm that seemingly did not exist? The western landing platform showed signs of incredible damage. Iron railings had been bent. Heavy equipment weighing hundreds of pounds had been thrown across the rocks. Strong waves had clearly crashed against the cliffs. Some investigators believed the men rushed outside to secure equipment, only to be swept away by a massive rogue wave. Others disagreed. They questioned why all three experienced keepers would leave the lighthouse at the same time. Lighthouse rules required at least one keeper to remain inside. Breaking that rule made very little sense. As the years passed, new theories continued to appear. A giant wave, a tragic accident, a secret argument, even supernatural legends born from the lonely islands. But no theory answered every question. No bodies were ever found. No final message was ever discovered. Only the lonely lighthouse remained, standing silently above the endless Atlantic Ocean, keeping its secrets hidden within the wind.
Leaving the Hall of Living Maps, you follow a narrow stone path that curves gently through the heart of the mountain. The quiet becomes even softer, as though every sound has chosen to rest. Soon, the passage opens into a hidden garden. High above, the mountain reveals a natural opening where the morning sky can be seen. Warm golden sunlight falls gently through the opening, touching the ancient stone floor like quiet streams of light. Around you, small trees grow peacefully between smooth rocks, their green leaves moving ever so gently in a breeze that seems to carry nothing but calm. Tiny white flowers bloom beside the path, while delicate ferns rest quietly along the edges of the garden. In the center, several stone benches wait patiently, their surfaces warmed by countless peaceful mornings. Upon each bench, an ancient book lies open. No hands turn their pages. Only the soft mountain breeze lifts each page slowly, gently, as though the library itself is peacefully reading its own memories. Nearby, a small spring flows from the mountain wall, its crystal clear water slipping quietly into a shallow stone pool. Every ripple reflects the golden light above, like liquid sunlight. You choose one quiet bench and slowly sit down. The warm stone beneath you feels comforting. The gentle breeze, the turning pages, the soft water, and the peaceful birdsong drifting down from the open sky blend together into a melody that asks for nothing except one more slow breath, one more quiet moment of perfect peace. As you rise gently from the stone bench, your eyes notice a single journal resting quietly upon a small wooden table. Its cover is simple, worn softly by time, bound with faded leather and marked only by a small golden leaf. You open it slowly, carefully. The pages are filled with graceful handwriting, neat, calm, and beautifully patient. Near the very first page, a single sentence quietly greets every visitor. This library was never built to collect books. It was built to protect peaceful minds. You continue reading. The keeper explains that every traveler who arrived here carried something invisible. Worries, endless thoughts, forgotten dreams, and restless hearts. They were never asked to leave with more knowledge, only with more peace. Every quiet room, every gentle garden, every ancient book was placed here to remind each visitor that silence is not empty. It is filled with quiet healing. You slowly close the journal, holding its message deep within your heart. And somehow, the mountain itself feels even more peaceful than before. With one final gentle breath, you begin walking back through the quiet halls. The endless bookshelves, the warm golden light, the peaceful garden, and the hall of living maps all remain exactly as they have always been, waiting patiently for another quiet traveler on another peaceful evening. Soon, the ancient stone doorway appears once more. Beyond it, soft rain continues to fall across the silent mountain path. You step outside, slowly, calmly, carrying nothing in your hands, yet feeling lighter than when you arrived. Behind you, the great stone door closes gently without a sound. The mountain quietly keeps its secret, just as it has done for countless generations. The hidden library continues to rest beneath the mountain, wrapped in golden silence, waiting, calm, patiently, until someone who truly needs peace finds the path again. And now, as gentle rain continues and every breath becomes slower, allow your thoughts to drift away, like mist across quiet hills. Let your body grow warm, your mind become still, and your heart rest in the same peaceful silence that has always lived beneath the mountain. Good night, and may your dreams be gentle, peaceful, and filled with quiet light. In recent years, scientists decided to stop looking only at the dirt and start looking at something far more powerful: human blood. A group of dedicated researchers formed the Roanoke Colony DNA Project. Their mission was simple, yet mind-blowing: to test the DNA of the native families living in North Carolina today and compare it with the family names of the lost English colonists. If the colonists had truly survived and married into the local tribes, their genetic code would still be alive today, carried quietly through generations like a hidden message in a bottle. The scientists traveled from town to town, collecting samples from people whose ancestors had lived on those lands for hundreds of years. The results sent shockwaves through the scientific community. They found that several local families carried extremely rare genetic markers that traced directly back to 16th century England. Even more startling, some of these individuals possessed distinct physical traits, like striking gray eyes and lighter hair, that had puzzled historians for centuries. The blood was speaking where history had gone silent. The lost people of Roanoke weren't entirely gone. They had simply transformed into a new part of America. Chapter 16. The Map with a Hidden Fort. Just when the world thought the clues had run out, another incredible discovery was made inside a British museum. A centuries-old map drawn by John White himself, known as the Virginia Pars Map, was brought out of the archives for a closer inspection. Historians noticed something strange. There were two small patches of paper layered on top of the map, covering up certain areas. Using advanced X-ray imaging and digital technology, scientists managed to look through the patches of paper without destroying the ancient map. What they saw left them breathless. Hidden beneath one of the patches was a tiny, carefully drawn symbol of a fort. And it wasn't on Roanoke Island. It was located about 50 miles inland, right at the intersection of two major rivers. Why did John White hide the location of this fort? Was he trying to protect his family from Spanish spies who wanted to destroy the English colony? This hidden symbol changed everything. It meant that the colonists had a secret backup plan all along. They knew exactly where to go if they had to run.